Hi, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching, doing a review for today, August 6, 2013. The quick legalese, nothing in this video should be considered a trading recommendation. It's purely for educational purposes. Trading futures is dangerous. You can lose all your money. Consult a trading professional or an investment professional before making the decision to trade futures. There we go. We covered the legalese. So we had a down day in the market. I almost forgot what they look like. Apparently several people were shocked, particularly in the morning, judging by the way the selling was going. So let's go over some basics real quick. Okay, so in my trade plan, when I'm trading, I'm only looking to trade in the zones. Everything in between the zones is not a problem for me because I'm not trading. I'm not having to think about putting on a trade. Nothing, as far as I'm concerned, is going on for me except hopefully profits. That's all I care about in this area is profits. Only in these areas at or in the zone. So some basic concepts. As I am coming up into the white zone, I am not looking to get long. As a matter of fact, I'm looking to get rid of any longs that I have. As I'm coming down into a zone, okay, I'm not anticipating that it'll break unless I have some kind of trailer on, right, and a larger goal in mind. But I'm certainly not looking to short the top of a zone if we're coming down, and I'm not looking to stay long. I'm looking to get rid of shorts. If I'm short coming down into the white zone, I'm looking to get rid of longs, okay? Those are some basic concepts. The white zone tells me where control is, whether sellers have control or buyers have control. Sellers below, buyers above. The further we get away from the white zone, the less influence the party of control has, okay? Generally at initial support and initial resistance, I am looking for responsive buyers if it's support, initial responsive sellers if it's resistance, okay? And then bigger picture when I come to the day. So obviously the market's been going up. It can stand a bit of a pullback and still have all the bullish case intact, okay? And I look at it as taking one step at a time when I'm trading. So I'm not predicting a big down day or a big up day. Why? My predictions in those areas tend not to be as accurate. I'm closer to 60 or 50% of the time getting that right, and I can't make money on a day trading basis at 50 or 60%. My risk-reward ratio is inverted. I generally have 3 points worth of losers for every 2 points worth of winners. I have to have a high win rate ratio. In addition, you have to keep in mind, I am trading a leveraged account. My methodology of trading, what I tried to show other people another way of looking at things is I'm not trying to capture more trades. I'm trying to capture only the highest odds trades and consistently increase my trade size. And I can only do that by staying consistent. It means I forego a lot of other trades that might work with a smaller position size. I'm just not interested in it. I get opportunities in the euro, the ES, the NQ, gold, and crude almost every day, so I don't have to worry about that. So everything I spoke about, the zones, how I approach it as it's coming to a zone, not anticipating that a zone will break, I apply that to almost every single market that I trade. So let's look at the open this morning. We opened below the white zone, well below the white zone. Immediately I know sellers are in control, okay? So the first place I'm looking to get a short off is right at the bottom of this zone, okay? So I actually had a limit here sitting at 1750 and we traded there. I did not get filled. There were simply not enough contracts that traded there. I got no filled. Market rolled over. I don't chase. If I don't get filled in this zone, I do not chase the market down. It is death. Okay, just put a big old cross and skull bones. It worked today. It worked today. It hasn't worked any other day in the last approximately 20 days. Don't chase the market. It'll kill your trading account, and you don't want that. You probably got into this business the same reason I did. You wanted to make lots of money. I want to make lots of money. And what I found out really fast was people who chase markets don't make lots of money. As a matter of fact, they blow up their accounts. Don't blow up your account. So the next opportunity for me was going to be if I wanted to get long here. Now, I had a warning. There was a gap here and the gap didn't get filled. Warning sign. Big lights should be going off, okay? That's a sign of weakness when we can't get a gap filled, just like when we can't get a gap fill on a gap up. Sign of strength, sign of weakness here. So I'm looking to the back of the zone. I went long 1696. I could not even get 6 ticks out of this. It did go 6 ticks, but it was on the ask. And I was at 8 ticks initially. I am weary of this trade at this point, and I tweeted out that I'm moving my stop up to break even, and I got stopped at break even on this trade. My next opportunity now is I don't have to do anything. We had tick divergence here. You'll see me point out tick divergence all the time. Tick divergence doesn't mean anything unless it's at an important inflection point, folks. You can't just blindly take, oh, I've got tick divergence on 1 minute, I'm going to take it. It's got to be logical. It's got to fit into the larger puzzle of things. Now, as we are getting stretched from this close, the 1702, by the time we're getting down to 1690, we're 12 points. This is 12 points down here, stretched. I go long at 1691, but I'm balancing a couple of things. I don't want to take a loss at this point. I haven't gotten filled in my best trade of the day here. I don't have the profits from this. I got flattened here, and on top of that, I see at this point I clearly would have gotten stopped if I didn't move my stop up to break even. This would have been a loser here. Okay, so I'm cautious at this point. Sellers have a very strong hand, even if we're at initial support. So I'm willing to take a shot, but I'm only willing to take a shot is if I can at least unload, because there's several trades that I could have out of here. There's several swing trades you could set up out of initial support and initial resistance. But I only want those, even if I'm setting up a swing trade, I only want that swing trade if I can at least get some of my trade off the books without taking a loss. My entry was really good. I entered at 1691. I took a bit of heat. It rotated up. I got up to 6 ticks. Again, I could not, I don't even know if I got 6 ticks. It might have been 5 ticks this time. Long story short, I'm already wary. I can't get decent rotations up. That's a lot of that is attributable to low volume, summertime. The market's just not moving as much, and I'm cautious here. So I'm going to move my stop up to break even. They're going to take the trade out at break even, and my emotion is going to be absolutely zero. You know why? I make money on most trading days. So if I have a day where I'm flat, so be it. I've paid a couple dollars in commissions, and I can move on to the next day. I'll almost certainly get a new trading opportunity. This is day trading. You can't afford to be anything less than a very high win rate if you are day trading on a leveraged basis. Now, if you're trading non-leveraged, you can use big fat stops, and this is just a small portion of your strategy. That's great. This is a day trading is a huge portion of my strategy, and it requires that I be very specific. It's a game of pinpointing entries and taking high odds exits that I know I can get. I want to get my risk off my books. Okay, if you're not trading like that and you're trying to day trade and you have a 50% win rate, 60% win rate, you are a blow up waiting to happen. You might as well take your money, put it in some land, put it in a house, put it in a mutual fund, for God's sake. Your odds of doing better in those areas than you have of being successful in day trading with only a 50% win rate. Okay, now 50% win rates work when you're non-leveraged, but I'm leveraged and I'm concentrated in my positions. Okay, so I'm saying all this because you have to have a winning formula and you have to have a plan that works day in, day out. If you're trying to figure it out every single day, you are in big trouble. And if you're day trading and you're not trying to make large returns in your account, you should really ask why, because it's a hard job. And if you're not making a lot of money doing it, it's not worth it. If your fantasy is, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money, but the reality is I'm taking losses, drawdowns, or trading break even on a consistent basis, your strategy isn't working and you need to re-examine it. Okay, and if you look here, one of the things I like to do is two things. First of all, if I just stuck to trades in Fantasyland, right? If I just looked at this and said in Fantasyland I got filled here, what would my day look like if I made no adjustment to the trading rules at all? Okay, so, and could not read price action to save my life, right? So, assuming I could make the zones, but I couldn't do anything else. So, in Fantasyland, I would have gotten a fill here. I had my 2 points. I'm done. Next trade, I'd have taken a long. Again, I still would have taken a long middle to back. I never saw my 8 ticks. I never adjusted down to 6 ticks due to summertime. And I ended up with a 3-point loss here. So we're now down a point on the day, no big deal. We take a long here, middle to back of the zone. We don't get stopped with our 3-point stop from the back of the zone. It rotates up and we eventually get our 2 points. So at this point in ES, I'm profitable on the day. I've had 3 trades. My focus is usually on the first 2 trades. If I get a third, that's nice. Okay, so that put me up. But even without that, look at the advantage. I'm only willing to focus on executing in the zones. At the zone, the first time in, I at least had a rotation up each and every time. Look at that. Zone, rotation down. Zone, rotation back up. Zone, rotation back up. Zone, rotation down immediately. Okay, and look, even if on second and third touches, into the zone, rotation up, into the zone, rotation up. And it kept me out of anyone who entered a trade, okay, long in here. Look how much more crap they had to put up with versus just taking the trade in the zone. The zone, the trade location itself is the edge. You won't see any stochastics on my charts. You won't see any moving averages, none of that. Okay, the zone is the edge. I'm even reluctant these days to even put VWAP on there. And I do think VWAP is a useful tool, but I'm even reluctant to put that on there. Okay, so think about it and ask yourself this one question when you're trading. If you're looking at your trading results and you're deciding, well, should I go back to paper trading? Do I truly have an edge? Do I truly know what I'm doing? If you took a look at your trading results for today, the past week, the past month, the past year, and you had hired someone to trade your account, and those were the results that they were handing you, simply ask yourself, would you fire that person or not? If you would fire them, you should either stop trading, go get help from someone like me or someone else. There's a lot of good guys out there who are willing to help you. If you need some of them and you don't want to do coaching with me, ask me. I'll be happy to refer you to people. There's guys that sell fantastic trade plans out there. Okay, I put mine out for free. So follow the rules. And if you can't follow the rules, find out why you can't follow the rules and match your trade to your personality. All these things are very important. There's a lot that goes into being a successful day trader. So a quick look at NQ. I'm sorry, I'm a little preachy tonight. I have not heard of anyone cursing me out yet with regards to preachiness, but I'm expecting a tweet or an email any day now because most people don't like it, and I am afraid at times that I come off as a know-it-all, which I'm not. So take a look at NQ, same situation, rotates up. I missed my execution on the short by a tick. That really sucks when that happens, especially when you get a rollover like we did here down to the next zone. Even with my targeting of 5 points, this really looked good this morning, and I wish I would have gotten filled. Coming to this zone, okay, so when we came to this zone, ES was already falling apart, and NQ had been weaker than ES all morning. I'm not looking to jump in. I'm very cautious on the long, and I simply skipped it here because ES was already falling apart. It did not look good. I had no divergence to work off here in the zone. Normally I'd take it, but it's summertime. And then I goofed. I did not put another zone down here. There is a zone here. I apologize. I will take care of that tomorrow. The zone's expanded, and I didn't expect it. So I got caught a little bit with my pants down, so to speak. But one very important point. Sellers have control. We rotated well below this zone. Look at this rotation up. Gave you a beautiful entry here. Beautiful. This is 10 points, folks. Right here, this is 10 points. That's $200 a contract. That's a good trade. So wrapping it up, I hope I helped somebody tonight. It's the purpose. It's the reason why I do this, is to help other traders become consistently profitable. That's what I'm here to help out with. For tomorrow, overall, buyers are still in control. This is a down day. It was on low volume. Nothing to freak out about. Tomorrow morning, the market will tell us what it wants to do. The zones will help us navigate that and get some good trades off. I hope everyone banked today. If you didn't bank, I hope you did not lose a lot of money. Rule of thumb, don't lose more money in any given day than you can make up the following session. Anyways, this is Simon. I'm with Trade and Perform Coaching. You can reach me at tradeandperform@gmail.com. Have a great night, everyone. We'll do it all again tomorrow.